What's going on, everybody? It's the Jack here once again with another Waveiture 101 video for you guys. Yeah, that's right, Professor Waveiture is back at it again. He's back again with another Waveiture 101 video for you guys on this wonderful Wavy Wednesday. Before we hop into the video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you think it helps you, if you just rock with the content, or if you just rock with me as a whole. Make sure you guys are leaving a comment in the comment section below, regardless if it's a question or some sort of concern, or if you just want to say what's up. Make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section down below, as well as hitting the notifications bell so you get alerted every time I release a video, every time I drop a community post, every time I go live. Any and all things that I do via YouTube, you'll get notified for it if you hit that bell, so make sure you do so. Next, make sure you guys are following me on all my social medias. I'll leave the names of all my social medias down below in the description box. Make sure you guys follow me. There will be kind of easier to kind of get in contact with me if you need to. If you need to like ask me anything, like, you know, it's real specific there, or if you're like, kind of shy, you don't want to put your question out in the comment section for the public to see, you guys could just reach out to me via Instagram or, you know, whatever, to be able to reach out to me and let me and ask any questions or get like the help that you guys need and the help that I want to give. All right. So with all that being said, let's get to the video. Now, this video is going to be kind of like, it's going to be serving a couple of different purposes. You know, I just kind of want to go back and kind of talk on that Waveiture wolf method that I told you guys about, as well as giving you guys some more wolf advice and more wolf tips. So before we get into the part 2, in a sense, of the Waveiture wolf method, I just want to start by saying, if you guys are going to wolf, make sure you guys are wolfing with a purpose. You don't want to just wolf your hair out and grow your hair out without having some sort of goal to focus on. So after your wolf, and like, oh, I just want to better my waves. Well, what about your waves? Are you wolfing to better your depth? Are you wolfing to better your definition? Are you wolfing to better your crown? Are you wolfing to better your weak side? Like, be really specific with your goals. You know, don't be so like broad, because when you're broad, you have nothing really to focus on. You're just, you know, going through the motions, if you will. I feel like when I started like just really going in on my crown, and I wanted to swim my crown, I started wolfing up my crown, I was just like, that's my goal. So that's what I was really focused on. I was keying in on that. I was doing my starting in methods using that. And I was just really getting any and all energy that I possibly had to my crown during that wolf journey. So when I cut the wolf off, my crown looked a lot better than it did prior to the wolf. You know, so that's what you guys have to do. So you have to wolf with a purpose and / work with a focus. You know, and also, as I always say, stop getting so caught up in wolfing for time, wolf for progress. You know, when you start wolfing for time and you're trying to push 10, 12 weeks, and you're going to risk over wolfing, you're going to risk over curling, and that's very difficult to get back from. You know, you could lose progress just as fast as you gain progress when it comes to wolfing, so you want to make sure you're doing it smartly. And the way to do it the smartest way is by not pushing your wolf past what your hair is trained to go. Like, everybody's hair, when it comes to their waves, are trained, and there's different levels of how trained each person's hair is. Like, my hair could possibly be more trained than somebody else's. However, somebody else's waves could be more trained than mine. You feel me? So you just have to kind of, in a sense, know your limits. You know, if you know that once you get to your 10-week wolf, your hair starts getting super puffy and you can't keep it laid down, do not wolf more than 10 weeks. You might not even want to wolf for 10 weeks. You only want to wolf for 8. You know, just to make sure you could keep that hair laid, keep that hair trained, keep everything nice, neat, and orderly. That's the reason why the Waveiture wolf method is so good, because it's like you're constantly in a state of wolfing, but you're always getting a cut. So in a sense, it's like, well, not lay a cut, but you're always trimming, you're always locking in the progress. So in a sense, it's like you could get the benefits of long-term wolfing without needing to long-term wolf. So it's just, you know, really good. Now, for those of you guys who probably didn't watch the first video, the Waveiture wolf method is just it's a way that you can wolf your hair, you know, for an extended period of time without having to grow your hair out all at once. You basically, so like if you want to do a 3-month Waveiture wolf, you're basically gonna grow your hair out for those 3 months, but once a month you'll basically cut your hair down just a little bit. So like if your natural haircut is a 1.5, you're not gonna cut to a 1.5 for that 3 months. You're gonna cut no lower than like a 2.5 with the grain. but you're gonna go 3 months without cutting to that 1.5. So you're always gonna have more hair on your head than usual. However, at the same time, you know, you're not walking around with 3 months worth of hair on your head. It's really gonna feel like a month's worth of hair, but it's going to be more than that because you're not cutting down to your original cutting length, if that makes sense. You feel me, guys? So I just think that that's something that you guys should really capitalize on when it comes to doing the Waveiture Wolf method. You know, you don't want to go too crazy when it comes to like your cuts. Like, you want to keep your cuts consistent, you know. So when I do the Waveiture Wolf method, when I'm currently Waveiture wolfing right now, my hair doesn't look super great. I kind of, you know, been kind of slacking on my brushing. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've been super busy. Haven't really been able to put the brush in my head as much as I want to, but no excuses. I gotta do better myself. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna give you guys like a little update of what my hair is looking like. I'm honestly thinking about doing a trim, and, you know, getting myself back together. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna be conducting like a little brush session real quick, you know, just to kind of show you guys how I brush my hair during a wolf session. It's very simple. It's very similar to the stretch and lay. However, instead of just using the comb, then the medium brush, then plastic bag, and I utilize that soft brush too, right in the middle of the medium brush and my plastic bag section, just to make sure that my hair is as laid as it possibly could be. You know, that's the most important thing when it comes to waves, is making sure that your hair is as laid as it possibly can, especially when you're in a wolfing state. You want to make sure that you're putting in that brushwork, and that's what I got to get back to doing. So I'm gonna start that today while showing you guys that brush session. But needless to say, when it comes to like wolfing and wolf maintenance and anything all about wolfing, you know, you want to make sure that you're just, as I just said, maintaining your wolf, and that goes deeper than just brushing. That's going to go to making sure it's moisturized and your hair is really nice and soft and shiny, and it's also going to go into the cleanliness of your hairs too. You feel me? While you're wolfing, you want to make sure you guys are washing your hair, you know, probably a little bit more frequently than you would if you was on like more so like a fresh cut or like a lower cut phase, because of the fact that you have more hair on your head. You're probably using more product. You're probably using a heavier product to keep everything laid down. So you want to make sure that you're not yet, you know, you're washing out that product and everything like that, to make sure that your hair can still breathe, that your scalp isn't getting clogged, and your hair follicles is being clogged, that you're not getting any like product buildup, if you will. You know, you just want to make sure that you're constantly taking care of your hair. Speaking of taking care of your hair, while you guys are in this wolfing stages, regardless if you're doing the Waveiture wolf method or regularly wolfing, you know, make sure that you guys are getting like your routine shape up. So like I tell everybody all the time, when it comes to you in like your wolfing stages, don't be so scared to not line yourself up. Like if you're not gonna do it yourself, go to the barbershop, get a lineup, get your taper redid, whatever blending that you have, get that touched up. That's gonna make the wolf just look better, and it's gonna make it easier to extend that wolf maybe another week or two. You know, especially if you already put in the brushwork, then so your hair is already laid, then you get that lineup. It's gonna make it look like you had a full-fledged fresh cut and you still wolfing. Especially if you take care of your hair and your hair is nice and like shiny and soft and moisturized and healthy looking, it's just gonna make your wolf look even better than when you cut that wolf off, because that's very important too. A lot of people will like to just wolf for an extended period of time, but for some reason don't cut it. And I'm like, that's how you gauge your progress, is cutting your hair after the wolf to see how your hair looks after the cut versus before your wolf. That is how you tell the difference when it comes to, like, you know, whether or not that wolf session or that wolf journey you just went on was a success or not. Like, what's the point of, you know, going so crazy with the wolf if you're not gonna cut it to see your progress? And that plane is super loud. I'm not sure if y'all guys can hear it, but it's like, it must be like super low, like just taking off or just landed or something like that. Or about to land, not just landed. But y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't think I have any more tips. I think I kind of filled that all in the first, like, you know, section of this video. So with that being said, keep it locked, don't go anywhere. I'm about to hit you guys with a nice little breath session. Let's get it. Alright guys, so when it comes to my sessions, especially when I'm wolfing, I like to start off by just lightly combing through my hair. you know, before I go in with the brush session. You know, if I was doing like a strictly like a comb and lay, I would go crazy with the comb. But I don't need to go too crazy with the comb because I'll be brushing my hair afterwards. You know, I'm gonna do a full session starting after this. I'm gonna be going into my medium brush session. And from there, I'll be going into my, what do you call it? My soft brush session that I'm gonna rag up. I'm not gonna plastic bag, you know, because I'm kind of on a time constraint. You know, dudes gotta get to work and stuff like that. So I'll do a plastic bag session or something of that nature once I get home later. I'll do a full, you know, lay down method, if you will, just to get not like lay the frizz down, but I will rag up afterwards. So that's gonna help with furthering the laying down process. I'm thinking on my next cut too. I'm thinking about going pretty low. I'm thinking about doing with like a 1.5 because I got some areas that, because my waves are starting to shift because I changed my angles a little bit to better my crown. Like this area right here is kind of getting all jagged. That's the reason why you see a couple of forks. But that's because I'm shifting so my waves to come straight down on this side. So I'm brushing my hair this way. You know, so I'm basically gonna be cutting pretty low so I can start working on my foundation again on this side. I'm probably gonna schedule that cut to be sometime next week. You know, I'm gonna record it for you guys too, so you guys can see the actual progress that I gained directly after the cut. I'm gonna do like a what to do before the cut. You know, I'm gonna do like a whole lot of stuff for you guys next week. You know, I wanna start, you know, doing more on my channel, so I'm gonna start posting more videos and posting like more frequently instead of just doing once a week. You know, I think I'm trying to go to 2 to 3 times a week just to, you know, give you guys more content. You know, I'm not gonna just keep it wave related. I'm gonna get into other avenues of content as well. You know, not just hair and stuff like that. I kind of want to bring sports into this and, you know, go crazy on the channel, you know, so you guys can kind of get to know me a little bit more than just, you know, the guy with waves. You know, I want you guys to get to know Professor Waveiture as a whole. But yeah, I kind of have to work on this side a little bit too. Just I got these runaway waves coming, so when I cut low again too, I'm gonna be able to kind of shift the way that this hair grows. This hair grows coming straight down, and by when I cut low, I gotta cut it so and start training it to grow this way. Cause like you see, like I got 2 different growth patterns. Like this area, like in this frame down, grows straight down, whereas the rest of my hair grows this way. So I just gotta train this area to grow this way. That's basically what I'm gonna be doing the next time I cut my hair, and start shifting this side a little bit more too. Alright, so pretty good on the comb session. Time to get into that medium session, medium brush session. Now when it comes to like how long you should break down your sessions and stuff like that, as I always say, don't go for time per se. Go until you feel like your hair looks, you know, as pristine as you want it to look. You feel me? I feel like if you're trying to sit down and, you know, oh, I'm gonna brush for 30 minutes, and if you're just really not really paying attention and you're just blind brushing for 30 minutes, or not even blind brushing, if you're just, you know, just not really paying attention, then that 30 minutes is useless. You feel me? You want to make sure that you're putting in proper work, paying attention, using your mirror. You know, I'm not using my mirror right now, but that's because I'm using brushing the front of my hair, so I can use my camera and the mirror that I have behind me, well, behind the camera, to kind of use to make sure I'm hitting my proper angles. Plus, when you really learn your hair, you kind of know your angles already. You know, especially when you've been waving as long as me. I've been waving for 5 years. You know, so I pretty much know my angles, especially on the top. Like the top in my back, I could brush that without looking at all. I don't need a mirror or anything like that to brush my top of my back. I got that down pat. It's my sides that you know kind of give me the most trouble, that I need the mirror for, just to make sure everything is everything. I kind of can't wait to cut my hair. You know, see how this, I've been basically Waveiture woofing for about 3 months now, so I can't wait to see like what progress I've gained from it, because I could honestly keep this wolf going. However, you know, I want to lock it in, you feel me? And as I always say, the best way to lock in your progress when a wolf is with that cut. So I'm thinking about cutting, you know, down to that 1.5 length. Plus, it's supposed to be nice outside too. The weather's starting to finally break, you know, so it'll be kind of nice to have like that fresh air hit my scalp. You know, I've been struggling from dandruff a little bit lately, and I think it's because of the fact that you know, my scalp hasn't, you know, had that fresh air yet. You feel me? Like, this is the hair that's been on my head for the last like 3 months, as I said. So my scalp hasn't really been, you know, rejuvenized yet, if that's a word. And if it's not a word, I made it up today. I'm gonna get it copyrighted. Alright, so let me get to the back. See, guys, as I was telling you, that my back is like borderline perfect. Like, if I could just get like my sides to just catch up to my back and my top, I'll basically have a flawless pattern. But it's not the destination, it's the journey. So it's more about having fun getting there rather than just being there. Because you can go from flawless to forked in a matter of a week if you don't put your, you know, put that brush back to work and start slacking. So it's more so about continuing the brush work less than just being flawless for that one moment. Now, as far as my crown goes, I'm gonna keep it pretty open for now, because I do plan on doing like a shampoo brush session pretty soon. You know, I'm gonna kind of wash my hair again, so I don't want to risk losing my crown, you know, during the wash. So I'm gonna just keep my crown nice and open for now. So when I go into the wash, you know, as I said, I could, you know, keep it nice and open and don't risk losing it or it over curling or anything like that. And when I cut my hair too, I'll be cutting my hair pretty soon, as I told you guys. And, you know, I feel like it's easier to cut the crown when your crown is on the open side. Makes it easier, at least for me. Alright, now it's time to go in with the soft brush. Alright guys, my hair is nice and laid down. I feel like my waves are actually nice looking again. I needed that brush session badly. And, you know, we got to it. Had to put that brush to work. A lot of times when like, the answer to a lot of wave problems is honestly brushing your hair. You know, when it comes to your forks or stuff like that, you just gotta brush your hair the proper way. When it comes to, you know, getting better looking waves, it starts by, you know, making sure you're brushing properly and stuff like that. Like, a lot of the answers is gonna come down to just brushing. It's, you know, not that, you know, too what's the word I'm looking for, complicated. You know, just continue to brush your hair, trust the process, you know, keep that brush motion. If you want the ocean, like I always say, and your ocean will come. You know, just stay patient, stay consistent. When you start plateauing, just put in even more work. You know, keep your hair as healthy as you can, and your waves over time will just become better and better, you know, each day after each cut. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign off. That's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding anything, make sure you guys leave those in the comment section below. And with all that being said, the jack is out, Professor Waveiture is out. You guys keep that Waveiture going, alright? Peace.